And we're learning more details about the new Professional Women's Hockey League. Earlier this week, it was announced that 6 teams will play a 24-game schedule in the league's first season, starting in early 2024. The franchises will be located in Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston, Minnesota, and the New York City area. Roster selections began yesterday with free agency opening up, and a draft will be held on September 18th in Toronto. General managers were also named for all 6 teams yesterday, and the new Toronto franchise will be led by Gina Kingsbury, the former vice president of hockey operations at Hockey Canada and the general manager of Canada's women's team, and also former player herself. Gina joins us live right here on CB24 to talk about her new title and her new league. All right. Is she here?
I am, yes.
Okay, there you are. Okay, I didn't see your face. And there you are now. Normally, you know, TV, I introduce, you show up, then here you are. All right, making us wait, which is good, building up the anticipation. So what does this feel like for you as a player? I'm assuming you've been playing your whole life. You reached the pinnacle representing your country, and now you're helping run the team for your own country. Now you're running a team in the city of Toronto, arguably, according to some people, the Mecca of hockey.
It's hard to put in words. I think we've always dreamt of this day where we would have a league, professional league that we could, play and make a career for ourselves as athletes, and then as staff members to be able to have full-time coaches and full-time therapists and, the whole gamut. To be professional in the game of women's hockey has been something that, generation after generation fought for. And a day like today, you think back of all the legends that played the game, the France St. Louis, the Camille Granados, the Jana Heffords, the Caroline Ouellets, generation after generation that fought for this day. So to see it come, I think it makes everyone a little bit emotional because it's something that is incredible and everyone's so excited. And, with the free agency starting yesterday, talking with athletes for them to be able to go through that experience of talking to general managers and figuring out where they're going to land and what city they're going to play for. And it's just exciting all around. So really hard to put in words, but really an incredible moment in history.
Yeah, it's cool to watch a league come up from the ground up. So how does free agency work exactly? Where are you picking these players from?
Yeah, so we have 10 days to basically convince the best players in the world that we think could make a best franchise to come and compete in your city. These athletes are international athletes. There's USA hockey athletes, Canadian athletes. These are Olympians. These are up and coming Olympians. These are the best athletes in the world that we get to choose from. So it's that also is extremely exciting to be able to have an incredible pool of athletes to try to convince that Toronto is the best place to come and play. And so it's exciting. It's fun. And, I think we're going to have an incredible team in Toronto. So I'm really looking forward to the season starting.
Right. And now before, obviously, this is a new league, before the new owners took over, we're looking at footage now of the Toronto Six, who won the title most recently in a different iteration. And we've seen the women's game, whether it's in soccer or in hockey, try to make moves to create their own leagues. And so what makes this one different? And then fans of the game could feel confident that, this is something that is going to be long-standing compared to other iterations we've seen in the past in other women's sports professionally.
For sure. And we wouldn't be at this point in this moment if it wasn't for all those leagues. So I do want to start with that. I think there has to be a recognition for all the leagues that came before this one. So in no means what I'm about to say is a disrespect for all the other leagues that had an incredible impact on our game. But this one, I think, is a little bit different from the ownership perspective. I think these owners are extremely motivated and willing to invest a long term in this league, and knowing that it's going to take a while to get maybe to where it is as profitable as other leagues in other sports. And I think that is shown in the CBA and how well the CBA was written. It's player first driven. I don't think there's a whole lot of leagues that have been created where the CBA is the first thing that's created. So our athletes sat on that CBA and discussed what a professional environment looks like and what they needed to be able to be at their very best. And the league responded back with signing them an 8-year CBA, before the league even started. So to me, that approach of an athlete first approach willing to invest long term in this league. Is what attracted me to put my name in the hat to see if maybe a general manager's position was the right fit for me. I left an incredible job with Hockey Canada, vice president of hockey operations. A job that only one person was in, and I left that knowing that I was very confident in the league and that this league would be around for years to come. For my daughter to one day be able to play in, and she's 3, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah, it could take a bit. I don't know. I know people go on skates even before that. But how do we choose the cities? Obviously, we have, I think Minnesota, it could be a sneaky hotbed for hockey. I know they really love their college hockey there. How did you guys choose the cities to make sure that, this is the best place to start?
You know what? I think the league, did their research. They did a huge market research on where the right fit would be. I think they probably considered, where some of the athletes are from, where women's hockey is popular, where there's growth potential. I think that through the 6 cities were very smartly decided. They're all in also Eastern North America, which is a little bit easier to travel, except for Minnesota, but it's still pretty close. There's an Eastern corridor there that there's a strategy as well. I think there's possibilities for expansion moving forward. There's a lot of possibilities with the way it has started, and I think from a Canadian perspective to have Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa is like that's a phenomenal start, and to have 3 Canadian teams is really, really important. So I'm really happy with the locations, and I think it's a great start for this new league for sure.
All right, Gina Kingsbury, real quick, does the Toronto squad have a name yet?
We don't. No,
okay.
I'm waiting for the league to provide that to us. But I'm looking forward to that. I've been on them since I've signed. What's our colors? What's our logo?
That's
what's
what I
our
need
name?
to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a jersey guy. If it's a cool jersey, I'll buy it. I don't care what it represents.
I promise you it will be a cool jersey. I'll make sure of that.
All right, I dig it. All right, Gina Kingsbury, the GM of the new Toronto unnamed franchise. I'm going to say, I don't know, Huskies, like from the basketball heritage. I know it's mixing sports, but I think it'll look cool. Anyways, throwing it out there. All right, thanks so much. I appreciate it so much, you joining us here on CP24.